Hey sweeties, happy Mass Monday. So today I wanted to come in and do some of these pocket tags. I sewed some of them. I did yesterday. Okay, I have a pocket here on the back and on the front. And it's a double pocket. It's two of them. Okay, so yesterday I made a video with you guys, but you didn't get to see it because I accidentally turned it off, and I decided to just re-record it because I have so much going on that I was like, you know what, it'll be better to just go ahead and redo it. So what we're going to make is these tags with front double pockets and possibly a back pocket if you want. If you're going to glue it in, you won't need the back pocket, of course. But if it's going to be a floating pocket where it's going to, be inside of another pocket, or it's going to be clipped to the journal page, then we can do one on the front, or we can do the two on the front and one on the back. So all you're going to need today is some paper. You're going to need your glue. You're going to need some scissors, your bone folder if you have it. If not, use your scissor handles. And some stuff to decorate with. And what I did yesterday, I was using kind of some random pieces. As you can see, what I was doing was just utilizing like from the same page. And then like this one is a mix because I liked the fact that this had the purple in it and this has purple in it. So, and I didn't have as much of this paper, so I went ahead and made this backer for the inside of the front. But yeah, it depends. So what I realized though, when I made, let's see, where is it? When I made this one, that I kind of liked having the picture like that. I thought it was kind of fun. I didn't get to sew that one. So what I was going to do, and what I did, was I printed out like the background page I want to use, and then something with smaller matching pictures. So these are like, this is King Street from Tina. This one's from her, I think it's Victorian Gallery. But they match, And so what I did was I printed coffee dye on the back. Okay. This one is out of Midnight something. Can't think of the name of it. But there's my background page, and then these kind of go, I want to use one of those for the pockets. And then I'll have some lovely scraps when I get done. This is Myrtle Cottage, I think. Yeah, Myrtle Cottage. Or it could be, I think it's Myrtle Cottage. Yeah. So I did like that because I thought that'd be kind of fun, and I'd make sure and have something that matched, Now this is not from Tina. This here is, but I liked it with this. So yeah. Okay, so let's get started. What do I want to start with? I want to start with one that's kind of, I definitely know what I want on the print and all that. I'm going to go ahead and do this one here. Okay. Make sure I'm in frame. So now what you're going to want to do is cut, it's however wide you want your tag, okay? I want to make mine, I'm going to go ahead to the side of this L here so that the whole word is in there. And I may, knowing me, be gluing some of this in and not floating it or putting it. I mean, some of them will probably be in pockets, but for the majority, because of the way it's made, I'll probably be gluing them in. But all you're going to do, okay, is you're going to fold this bottom piece up. It's a bummer I'm losing that little bird, but okay. So you're going to fold that piece up, and we're going to trim, make sure it's even before we do any gluing, as even as possible. Cutting by hand. This side looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm gonna, where's my bone folder? Here we go. Press that down. And then what I'm gonna do is take from this page here And I think, oh, you know what? I just noticed those are all going in the vertical instead of horizontal. Well, instead of that, I'm going to cut from the paper because I really kind of want it to be horizontal. So let's see here. Now what I want to do, because I am going to sew these again, I want to just, here, I'm going to trim this across. And I'm going to kind of, I don't want to bring it in too much, but I'm going to do a little frame, okay? Now, the reason I don't want to bring it over too much is because I'm going to sew it and I want the stitch to land on both pieces of paper. If you aren't worried about it because you're not going to sew, then it wouldn't matter. You could make this pocket as small or as large as you want, okay? You can do it smaller and bring it in, you know, and you can even if you are going to sew it, but that's for me. My preference is I want to make sure I have it framed, but I usually, for the most part, do a zigzag. I just want to make sure the stitch lands on both, okay? But that is, like everything, totally by preference. That's just my preference. It does not have to be yours. I can't even stress that enough in junk journaling. In any form of art, actually. So now I want this pocket, I want that little bird for sure. So because my pocket is up about right here, I want this frame in there. Can you see what I'm doing? So I'm leaving that little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this about probably just there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably going to trim off the butterfly, the bottom of him there. Okay, and then we have this cute little pocket on the front. Oops, I don't want to throw that piece of paper away. That was accidental. That's a good little scrap. So gotta keep our scraps, right? And now I'm gonna take, I was doing this yesterday and it worked really good with our other tag video, or last week with our other tag video. And for me it was yesterday. That's why I said that. Okay. I did our tiny tag video yesterday and then did this one right after, and like I said, I accidentally turned off the camera, so I was like, I'll just redo it. It wasn't that deep into it, so okay. And so there's a tag. Okay, now I'm gonna get my glue, and I remembered to leave my pin in it, so it should be moving around here, I hope. Yay! I have glue. No glue problems today. At least not yet. Okay. Oops, that one's wet. I started to use a wet wipe. That won't work. I need to pull out a dry. Okay. I thought I had that trimmed well enough, but I can see a tiny bit there. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and do this. I hope I can make this even. Okay, woohoo! And then I am gonna go ahead and do a couple of little rounds here on the corners for this one. And I'm gonna distress it before I glue it down, because I can distress the rest of it after the fact. But this part I need to do now. Otherwise it's just gonna be a hassle. Y'all know what I mean. Okay, and then we're just gonna glue this little guy onto the front like a pocket. Now, as you can see, I mean, like I always say, if you don't mind stark white, you don't have to have double-sided paper. I went ahead and just printed one of Tina's coffee dyed prints onto mine, so I'd have the double-sided. I didn't want another print on these. You know how you can do like the picture on both sides. I mean, you could do a picture on both sides, a digi. I just wanted it to look like I coffee dyed it. So there's that one. And now if we want, we can go ahead and trim another piece off. Let's see. We'll do it just for, you know, like I said, I'll probably be gluing this in. But I want to show you both ways so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah, today's Saturday and Courtney's, he's off doing some errands. And I told him, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and try to record my video for next Monday. And that way I'm done. And I know for sure it's ready. And then I can get my videos made for the following, you know, for the following week. Because I have, for this week, I have everything done up through next Sunday. So yay. But when I get back on the 17th, I would really like to know that I have videos at least 2 or 3 days into the week for you guys, and that way I don't have to worry, you know, catching up, trying to hurry and rush and stress myself out. I don't like that feeling. When I first started the channel, I was experiencing that like on a daily basis because I really didn't know how to time myself yet, and I'm getting much better about, you know, a rhythm. I'm getting a rhythm down. So there we go. There's our first one. It's cute, right? It's got 2 tags or 2 pockets on the front and 1 pocket on the back. I love these. And then there's writing space, and we can decorate, and it's adorable. So I hope you guys like it. Okay, now since I can't use these, I'm going to set them aside. I'll use them for something else. I hope I didn't do that with like everything. So now this, isn't that, oh, this paper just makes my eyes so happy. So much pretty blue. Let's see, I'm going to make, how wide do I want this? Probably about right here. The other thing you can do is if you're using a page that's vertical, okay, you can actually, because of it being longer, you can just use the 1 page. And I'll show you how to do that with one of them because it's a longer piece. And I'll show you what I'm talking about and you'll see. Okay. Just trying to even myself out a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to go do our little pocket again. And you can make this pockets, you know, the first pocket, of course, you wanted it a little higher simply because you're going to put a second pocket on, you know, I mean, you can make them little tiny pockets, you know, if that's your preference, but, or for whatever purpose, you know, if you've got a smaller area that you want to cover, or you're putting this into a smaller pocket, you can adjust the size of your cuts, of course. And, you know, the smaller you go, the more pockets and tags you get out of the piece of paper. So. And if you cut the paper down right, you can get like 3 tags and you can use the whole sheet of paper, you know. Okay, I'm putting my foot up on this thing again because it's comfortable to me, so I hope I don't forget and end up with a foot that's asleep again like I did last week. Okay, there's that piece. And then I'm gonna try and see what I can use from this. Let's see if one of these will fit. I was hoping that sideways one of these would fit nice across there as a pocket because I really love these butterflies. They're so beautiful. This piece, this particular DigiKit, just, ugh. The first time I ever saw it, I thought I was in heaven. Okay, see, it's a little shy. If I left those sides, I can do this one. If I left these sides on, it would probably be good. So I'm going to not trim off that edge this time. I'm going to see what I have to do. Oh, this one's a little wider. Huh, that's funny. It doesn't look, but it is. It's a little wider, so yeah. Okay, so I can leave like, it looks like I can leave like maybe 1/8 of an inch on each side and be good. I hope. Okay, make sure I'm not imagining things. Oh, maybe not. I think it is too wide. Let's take this off. I'm just gonna take it off. Yep, that'll be better. I should have just measured these before I cut the first one, huh? Okay, now. Yeah, there we go. That will work. And I'm gonna trim this part off. And I want to try and get as much of the butterfly as I can. So there we go. That'll be better. I just trim it straight across the bottom of the butterfly. I think I'm good. I do believe it'll work. I hope. Here we go. Yay! It worked. Woohoo! I love when a plan comes together. Isn't that a pretty pocket and tag? Okay. I'll go ahead and glue this piece down. I hate covering any of this up. I gotta be honest. I just, oh, I love it, love it, love it. It's okay though. Once it's all done, said and done, I will forget it even is there, right? Do you guys ever struggle with what you're cutting or covering, I mean, what you're decorating on top of or covering up and you kind of feel like, oh, I just don't even want to cover it. It's so pretty. Yeah. That's how I feel about most of Tina's papers. I'll be honest. If I can ever design even close to what she does and like Janie B, and you know, I would be, I feel like I would be accomplished at it, you know. I would have accomplished what made me want to do it in the first place. It was looking at these digis of Tina's and just falling in love with her artwork, and yeah. Okay. Now. Oh, I love it. That looks so nice. And you could even put a tiny, smaller pocket there if you wanted to, you know. Your options are there. You don't have to limit yourself to what I'm doing. I know some of you have posted after the fact, you know, of when we've done something together and you've been like, oh, I went ahead and did this. Oh, I rubbed some of that ink off. I went ahead and did this or that, you know. And I always think it's so cool to see what you guys, how you guys make the projects your own. It's so much fun. Okay. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I'm trying to get this little guy up here. If you haven't seen this before, if you take one of the cards and you just trim, you know, both sides for a tag, it makes it a little bit easier to cut your corners. And you can do smaller, you know, cuts depending on what type, you know, what size of tag you want and what, you know what I'm saying? Like you can make these smaller or bigger, and yeah. Ouch. Oh, I did that the other day. Stupid paper. It hurts so bad. That point goes right under my nail, and I already have a sore spot there, and oh, that hurts. I hope that heals fast, because that really is painful. Okay, let's go for another one, and I think you guys have probably gotten it down now. I don't really need to guide you through anymore, I'm sure. I want to get one of these with the birds, and I want to get one with the flowers, so I was gonna do one on each side of this paper. Just really, I've been wanting to use something out of this kit forever, and I bought it, and it's just been sitting in my folders in my computer. And so yeah, I really, really love the flower scheme she did for this digi. If you guys like these papers, except for that one page, everything I'm using today can be found in the link in our About section of the channel for Shabby Dabby Doodah. Okay? If anyone is new and doesn't know where to go, it's at the front page of the channel, and you hit About, and if you go down to the bottom, I've got links to all these different shops. And this one is from Shabby Dabby Doodah, and the other one is from Lynn's art studio. But Lynn is, as far as I know, she had her studio closed for a little while. I don't know if she's still in that status. She had been taking a break to fill orders or something, she said in her notes, but you can check. Lynn Art Studio, and it's L-E-N, Lynn, and A-R-T-E. I'm not sure if I have, I don't think I have her link. I might, but I'm not sure if I did it or not, just for the simple fact that I went in there and I realized that she was closed, and I didn't want to send people to her if she wasn't taking orders right now. But okay. So I'm going to do 2 from this paper, and I'm going to check the width of these this time instead of doing what I did before and cutting. They look like they're about all the same size. Okay, so I've got, when I fold this up, oh, it's going to cover. Look at that. So, knowing that, I will make sure and cut out a piece that has the flower in it. Outsmart the paper. So, I have a story to tell you guys. So it's Saturday, right? When I'm recording this, it is a Saturday, like I said earlier. And so I did my errands this morning, and I went to the store and did my laundry and all the good stuff I always do on Saturdays. Y'all know. Most of you know. If you don't, and you hang out any length of time, you'll know that's what I do on Saturday. And so I get back, and when Courtney left, I decided to check our bank account just to see where we were at. And I noticed a charge for stamps.com for $19.95. Okay. I kind of freaked out because I used them once back when I first started doing my Etsy shop in April. I started the Etsy shop in just the very last, like 2 days before January of this year. So January, basically. But I had not done any mailing. I had only mailed through Etsy, and I decided I wanted to use the U.S. Post Office. So I went in, and inadvertently I got into stamps.com. Well, it's a whole big rigmarole. But it turns out that unbeknownst to me, okay, that did not work out the way I wanted. I cut too much off. Shoot. Unbeknownst to me, when I signed up, I thought it was a general signing into like a registration type thing. No. Be careful, because I didn't think I could get got, but they got me. I signed up for an account I did not intend to sign up for. And it turns out I've been paying on this account since April. And I haven't used them at all, okay? And I have paid them $120. Just paid them $120 for nothing. They cost more than Canva. I mean, they cost more than, it's ridiculous. I was like, I called, and the girl goes, unfortunately, I can't refund your money. I can stop the next charge from coming through at the end of the cycle. We usually bill one more time at the end of the cycle, but I will waive that. And I was like, seriously? I haven't even used it once. So yeah, I'm a little fired up at myself. I'm not mad at them, other than they're way too expensive, but and claim they're like super cheap, which I don't buy, because I didn't even end up using them the day that I didn't tell you the whole thing. I inadvertently got into their website thinking I was in the U.S. Post Office, and I was so nervous. I was new at mailing stuff out, and I was scared I'd do it wrong, you know. And I ended up just not reading things that I should have read, and I didn't end up using them that day because they were more expensive than the post office, because I realized before the end of the process that I had gotten into stamps.com. So I got out of there, I thought, without any, you know, backlash, but that's not the case, of course, because they've been charging me for 6 months. 6 months. And I know, I should look at my account better. You're right. I have so many things coming out, and I didn't used to have like auto pay on stuff. And I, in this last few years, have kind of gotten used to it. And the bad part is, though, when you've got those monthly fees coming out for like your, you know, your general bills, and then you've also got stuff coming out for little subscriptions and stuff, things kind of get forgotten. And that's what happened. And at the same time, and I don't always go in and go, okay, what all came out, you know. I'll admit it. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. And it's me who I'm mad at. But I'm so irritated. I am so irritated about it. But now it's canceled. And at least, praise the Lord, I caught it before they took me for everything I was worth. But, you know, yeah. So anyway, that's my frustrating story for you this morning. My own frustration. Like I said, I know it's my fault. Totally my fault. I just wish I had realized that it was an actual account and not just a registering with them, or I would not have done, you know, I would have made sure that that was not happening. So, yeah. It's been a long time since I've had a company get me like that. I usually read all the fine print, and I know what, I remember the day I was just so frustrated and flabbergasted, and I was trying to save money because Etsy charges so much, and so I was trying to use outside of them, you know. But yeah, now see, you can do the same thing. You can use the U.S. Post Office, because I use them now all the time, pretty much. You can use them and not get, not have to have like a physical account with them, you know, which is what, I mean, they only charge me when I actually buy postage from them, which is what I thought Stamps.com did, but I guess they had me in there under a business heading or something, and they actually signed me up with a monthly account, which never got used. Anyway. See, that sucks. They charge you a monthly service fee, right? And then they still charge you. I still got charged. They still tried to charge me more for the postage than the post office was going to. It's like, okay, so I pay you $20 a month for what? You know? I mean, seriously, I'd have to go in and see and look again at what deals I was supposedly getting, because I didn't see any. And then while I'm on the phone call with the girl, you guys, she goes, well, we do have a service that's cheaper for someone who doesn't use it as often, and it's only $4 a month if you're interested. I said, honey, and this is what I said. I go, I know that you know, are doing your job, and I know you didn't make the rules, and I understand all that, but I want to say this, and I'm going to say this as blunt as I can. I just spent $120 for 6 months of service on an account that I never used once. Now, would it make much sense for me to buy more postage from you guys if I'm never going to use it? And she goes, oh, actually, no, that's true. I was like, seriously? What are you doing? Why are you trying to sell this to me right now? I'm calling you to cancel. It was funny. I was like, really? Come on, Stephanie. That was her name. I was like, no. You're missing the point entirely here, dear. I thought that was pretty funny. I guess, you know, she probably makes a commission or whatever, but, Or maybe she thought she was helping me, I'm sure. I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure if I knew somebody was calling and saying they'd never used an account, I wouldn't bother to offer them a sale or a better deal on an account that they'd already not used. I'm just pretty sure I wouldn't have done that, but maybe I would. I don't think I would, though. How about you guys? Okay. So I'm going to get off my Stamps.com soapbox. That's my story. I had to tell somebody. Okay. So I was up at, let's see, my cats. My lovely little kitties, Bo and Mia, woke me up at 2 a.m. scratching on the bedroom door. See, we have to shut our bedroom door and keep them out at night because otherwise they're jumping all over the bed and playing over our heads and stuff. That's just what they love to do, so we have to lock them out, unfortunately. So anyway, they decided today, if I don't get up on the weekends, like I get up between 1 and 2:30 during the week, right? I've told you guys my early rise, weekly early rise. And so they're so used to me getting up at that time that if I don't get up, they proceed to wake me up. So at 2 a.m., they start scratching on my door and knocking it down practically, begging me to come out. And so I got up and I told them to stop, and they did, and I laid back down and nope, couldn't go back to sleep. So at 3 o'clock, or I don't know, 1:45, something like that, I finally gave up and got up. And so I dyed my hair. Let's see, what else did I do this morning? I dyed my hair and did my makeup and did my Norm, and then I spent time visiting with some of you on comments and then on Facebook, and had a nice morning. So yeah, I got out of here by, I guess I left here about 5 to 5 because our laundromat opens at 4:45. So I got over there, started the laundry, and I had everything. I was home after I went to do laundry and did my weekly shopping and everything, and was all done by, I got home at 7:25. Not bad, right? So even right now it's only 12:25. Yeah. So by the time 8 o'clock rolled around, I had all my laundry put away, all my stuff from the store was put away, and yeah, I was able to hang out with Cordy this morning and just have some coffee, and yep, good times, good times. You know what I got at the store? We always overpack. I always tend to overpack, and this time we decided we are not doing that. And I'm the packer, so of course it's me that's doing it. But we just don't need stuff. So I went to the store, and instead of going through the big hassle of all the what do you call it, putting like shampoo, and because I always take like the full thing. I take like everything, and our suitcase is so full. Isn't this paper pretty? Yeah, I take like the whole thing of everything, and way too much stuff. And so I decided this time I would take miniatures of everything, and I bought prepackaged stuff for us, and even toothbrushes, and went to Walmart and went in their little travel section and picked up the things we needed. So I'm not really, other than I poured some shampoo into one of the bottles. I bought the little pack of 4 empty bottles, and I put like mouthwash, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, that kind of stuff for him. I bought myself a bar of Dove, and so to make it easier, and a mini shampoo and conditioner, and yeah, I'm all set. I'm almost packed, and I haven't even left. So happy. It's not even Monday, and I'm almost packed. We leave on Thursday. I did put a note in the community section of our channel so that you guys would know I'm not there, and if anybody messages me and I don't respond right away, I put a note in there to remind you guys where I'd be so you wouldn't think I was ignoring you. Now see, this doesn't really, this is from the same kit too, but I guess there's a little bit of turquoise there. And, I think I'll use this one for the front of that. And then maybe this one for the front of the, I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna use this one though for that. But anyway, yeah, I put a note there for you guys to remind you where I'm gonna be. So, and the reason I did that was because I didn't want anybody to think that I was not communicating with you. Now that I'm thinking about it, you guys probably, this video will probably be too late. Actually, I hope you read my note to you guys. Oh gosh, I just realized because this video is going to go out the Monday that I get back, you know, so the point will be moot. I don't get to use that word very often. Moot. I like that word. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, what, 14 or 15 when Rick Springfield's Jesse's Girl song came out. And that was the first time I had ever heard the word moot. Yes, that was the first time I had ever heard the word moot. And I remember I had to go look it up in the dictionary. I was like, what is he saying? And I went, what's moot? Is he saying moot? And I asked my mom, and she goes, yeah, he's saying moot. And I said, what does it mean? She goes, go look it up. So yeah, that's when I learned what that word meant. So thanks, Rick Springfield. Mom, thanks, Mom. Okay. That is really crooked. Whoa. Okay. Honestly, I could probably say that my mom told me to go look it up in the dictionary because she wasn't sure what it meant either. It's very possible. I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest. It's very possible. My mom, she was funny. She was so funny. She had her issues, but she was a cutie pie, I'll tell you. Don't we all? I had one of you, actually I had a few of you, thank you very much, comment to me that you like my stories. And that means so much to me, you guys, because, you know, you take a chance. I've mentioned this before when you are doing this on video and, you know, strangers are listening to your stories about your family or your life, and it's like, oh, they might think we're complete nutso, you know, or something. I mean, or maybe they'll just be like, what a horrible family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know. And so for you guys to actually say that you enjoy my stories and I don't bore you to tears or make you go yuck, thank you very much for loving me and for liking me and enjoying hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. Because, you know, I used to think about Tina. She'd say stuff and she's just how she is. She's such a humble person, and that was what I loved about her. And she's just herself, you know, and she sometimes is like, I hope you guys don't, you know, dislike me for this, but this is how I feel or whatever, you know. And I get her now. Some of the stuff she said, I got it then, but now I like really get it because I'm doing it. I'm doing these videos myself, and I totally understand. You know, you feel vulnerable, and so when those of you who reach out to me tell me that you're good with me being me, I so much appreciate the fact that you've told me, because it makes me feel more confident to continue to open up and share and, you know, be friends with you guys and not just a crafting person up here, because I mean, my stuff comes out pretty, but, you know, like I've told you before, you guys are, many of you are way better than I am. You guys give me tips on just the most ordinary things that as a crafter I guess I should know, but I don't, and I appreciate it so much that you choose to watch me anyway. Oh goodness. There we go. I like what one of you told me one day, and you're right. Just because I am an artist, you know, I've made the comment that I'm not a professional artist. Well, technically, I guess I am, because to be a professional means you get paid for what you do, and I do get paid for what I do. So technically, I'm professional, but I'm not a trained artist, is what I want to say. I'm not a trained artist. I took some art in high school, and I won some art contests, actually. But as far as, you know, officially being trained, you know, no, I'm not. It's all for fun. It's all fun for me. I was looking here. I want that butterfly. I at least want him. I'm going to lose this other little guy, but he can be used for a mini tag. That's a perfect size for a mini tag. And this paper, oh, that's way thin. I didn't mean to do it that thin. This paper I'm using is new. It's the Photomat paper. I don't know if I've told you about it. I just got it this last week. It's but it's a little bit thicker than what I was using. The copy paper is, you know, the 33 pound. This is 49 pound. So it's not a super thick cardstock, but it is a cardstock. Okay, which I think for these, from what I was seeing when I was sewing them, I do believe that using a cardstock for this particular piece of ephemera is probably a little better idea than just copy paper, if you're going to sew it. If you're not going to sew it, don't worry about it. But sewing it, I don't know, for me on my machine, it went a little easier. Yeah, it went a little easier for me with the thicker paper, is what I want to say. So now, because he's got that turquoise, I think I'm going to stick with the lighter one than this one. I don't know if, let's see. And it doesn't need to be wide because, yeah. So I can go probably to this red, use this as my guide, this red line that's here. Have I been in, am I like above or below, or I'm trying to stay in frame. I feel like I'm going out of frame a little bit. Am I going up too high when I'm trying to stay close to you guys? I should probably just record all my videos standing up for the most part, and then I could keep an eye on it and not worry about it so much. Let's see. So if I go, nope, take some of this off. There we go. That looks okay. These pictures would just, this digi would just be beautiful printed out and framed. You wouldn't even have to really do anything to it. It's so pretty. Okay. Yeah. Oops, I didn't distress, did I? Well, it's a very smoky pink around the edges. Maybe I'll just leave it alone. It's not bright white or anything, so. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm getting really excited to be on that trip, guys. I really am. I'm not looking forward to the long drive there and back as much as I am being there. I am looking, I mean, the drive will be nice, but it's a bit of a trek up the mountain from where we live. We don't live in Phoenix, of course, like I've said, so we have to pass through Phoenix, you know, and all of the towns in between, Chandler and Tempe and all that. We have to kind of go through all of that to get to the freeway that we're going to take up to Flagstaff. There's only one freeway out of Phoenix that takes you up that way, the Black Canyon Freeway, and it's a cool name for a freeway, huh? Yeah, so it's a nice drive, though. It is a beautiful drive. Cordy was like, yes, you got to look forward to the drive. That's part of the fun. I said, okay, I'm sorry. We drove up to his mom's in Prescott Valley a lot. So, it's, you know, it was a long drive. And Flagstaff is about an hour and a half further up the mountain from his mom's house. So, yeah, it's a trip. It'll be, I think we'll, from Coolidge, I think it's a 3.5 hour drive or something like that. So, not that big a deal. I was an Uber driver. What's wrong with me? I've gotten spoiled. I'll tell you what's wrong with me. I've gotten spoiled. I've been home and, you know, having my fun staying home all the time. Okay, so this is the one I was going to show you guys what I meant about if you did it vertical with a piece of paper, you could actually, now because it's going to, watch, it's going to totally negate what I'm telling you. Because see, you can fold this piece up, right? And then what I was able to do yesterday with other pieces was cut off the top and use that as my pocket. Okay? Now in this case, because my beautiful bird is here and I don't want to lose him, yeah, I'm gonna, I mean, I could still use this piece, but it's not very big, so it would be kind of a little pocket. So what I'll do is I'll cut from one of these, which is why I brought them along, because I thought even though it's not from the same kit, I like them. They look good together. So yeah, this piece is Tina's. This is Lynn's art studio that I was telling you about at the beginning. Yeah, so okay, and this is crooked. Got to try and trim this up without cutting this into this little bird, because I wanted him to stay there. Now his beak might get hit. Let's see. Am I going to end up hitting him because of the corner? Tiny bit. Oh man. I'm cutting part of his beak. Look. Oh. You know what I could do? I did this on one of them yesterday and it was pretty cute. Let's see. Maybe this will save the beak. I'm just going to round this one off. It's going to be more of a pocket than a tag on this one because I don't want to cut his beak. He's so cute. So yeah, I'll go ahead and glue it. Okay. I didn't round the corners or do anything, did I? I should have rounded those corners. Here, quickly before it dries. I'm cheating. I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it anyway. You guys aren't probably surprised at all. You see me rip stuff off a page if I don't think I want to leave it. And glue things over it. Yep, that's me. Now, these guys are so pretty. All of 4 of these are just beautiful. Now, I can maybe utilize her. I'm going to see if I can either her or I'm going to use this one. Let's see. Oh, I bet I cut it too shy, didn't I? Yes, I did. You know, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm being way too... It doesn't matter if the stitching doesn't land. Or I could do a different stitch and bring it, you know, further in. That's fine too. I just want to make sure that... take a little more off. I love that picture. It looks so, I don't know, so aged and vintage, you know. Okay. this one is flaring out at the bottom. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna clip the corners. And of course, we're gonna distress this because it's super light. I'm even gonna do a little bit of this on top because I know I'm gonna want to do that for her. Okay, now. I hope you guys like these and that you tried them. They're super easy. I'm always coming up with some pocket thing, aren't I? You know me, I love my pockets. I do. I love pockets. I just figured, you know, we started the tag thing last week, that we could do more of a tag theme this week. I thought it would be fun. That's a nice one. So, how many did I get? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty good, considering I made some yesterday. Oh my gosh, it's already 51 minutes. Shucks. Okay. I wanted to decorate one. What should we decorate? Let me see. What do I have here on my desk? Everything. What am I asking that question for? That's silly. Okay, let me look. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, look at that. Looks cute right there, right? He could be glued down there at the edge and still, oh, I like him. Let me see. I could put him on any of these. Let me look at this one. This one's not. Yep, I like him right there. We're going to do this one. Okay. Of course, we have to do a little bit of aging. This is the one that I ended up doing the distressing everywhere too. See, it was meant to be. The Lord knew. He put it in my heart to do it. I needed to have one of them finished enough to decorate quickly. Okay, now we're going to make it so he's leaning right there. So he's not completely closing either of the pockets. He's just kind of hanging on to them. Okay, and I probably will not sew this one because I have him right there. I don't know, I might just to the edge, maybe do a straight stitch and go right, you know, over him. Possibly. But like I said, you don't have to sew these. Don't have to sew them at all. Not the right color. Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right, so that was Cordy. He came home early from the store, and so that's why I was like, uh-oh. And then Tippy starts barking. I know they're going to worry. What's wrong? What's wrong? So anyway, what I've done is I pulled out, I went ahead and I kind of did a little bit of distressing on the top, and I'm going to put this little guy right here, and I did some gold around that. And then I'm going to make, on this one, I'm going to do just a real quick little tab with these flowers so that it'll match, you know. So that's what we're going to do, and then it'll be done, and I hope you guys enjoyed these. I really think they're kind of cute, and a little bit different way to do a tag, you know. You know. So I'm always looking for new ways to do the same, you know, we just do the same thing over and over again, but in different ways. So it's always fun to find a new way to do stuff. I'm going to go ahead and trim this down and distress it a little bit. I love to do my little tags like this. I just think it's kind of fun because you can make a tab out of anything, you know, and you don't have, it doesn't have to be a whale tab, it doesn't have to be fancy, it just be something simple, but you know, it looks really pretty. And this side, I'm going to go ahead and put this side on here because this flower is so perfect. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do this side for the front simply because that other side really matches like down here. So it'll look kind of good to have a little mixture. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. Praise the Lord. I hope that you guys have a great week, and let me know in the comments if you liked these. You know, let me know if you'd like to see, you know, what type of videos do you want to see? I ask you guys questions like that a lot, but it's because I kind of want to make sure that I'm, you know, doing stuff you like, because I'm here for you guys and it matters to me. Or can I just, you know, come on here and have fun and bring you guys along, you know what I mean? However you like it. So yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, Corey's out finishing off his work on the car. He's so funny. He cracks me up. He's a very comical person. I laugh a lot, which is good for me. I needed that in my life. So the Lord knew I needed somebody who was willing to be silly, and he is so willing to be silly and make me giggle. That's like, he thinks that's the best thing in the world, is to, you know, he goes, I'm gonna make you laugh your whole life. That's what I'm here for. Let's see. What was I gonna do? Somebody remind me. Oh yeah, thank you. I was going to see, I have we love because he first loved us. So I was going to see if I could find a message to put down here, kind of across that butterfly, that would go along with that top one. Ah, this is good. Walk in love. Praise the Lord. You know, that is, Paul told us that that was the greatest thing we could do, you know, to love. Jesus told us to love God and to love our fellow man as we love ourselves, right? So remember that this week when you are in traffic and the person in front of you, you know, does something ridiculous, or the person behind you comes up ahead and cuts you off, or, you know, and I'm talking to myself, not just you. Mostly I'm talking to me. I get, you know, I get those moments where I get impatient. I told you there are certain things in my life that set off that hit a button in me, and one of them is definitely traffic. I think from driving all that time, you know. Of course, the other day I was looking through a very old Bible that I've had for years, and it was very interesting to me. At one point I looked down and it said, I wrote a note to myself, and it said, Tara, be patient when driving. And this was probably 18, 20 years ago. I wrote this note to myself. So, anyway, yeah. So there is our pocket tag, okay? And I will probably add a back pocket, because this one, I don't know, this one looks like it's probably going to float. It's pretty, and I think it's really fun. And he looks perfect there, leaning on that wall, right? And you can still put a tiny tag here. Let's do that. Remember the tiny tags that we did? Okay, this was yesterday for me. So I just started decorating here. I'm going to show you guys really quick. So here's some of them. I did this little guy. We did that one together. And her. And I did this one. And we did that one together. And then I didn't do much with this one, but I just thought she was perfect as is. So I left her. But I like this one. We did that one. So yeah. And I really, where's the black one? Oh, here. Oopsie. I really love this one. I did it in silver. Can you tell? Can you see it? Yeah. So it's like a black, it's not even black, but it's that really dark sheet music. And then I did it, I did edging with silver, and I did the black ribbon. And then she's wearing black, so yeah, it just kind of fit. So yeah. Anyways, but I was going to say we could put a little, I was looking here real quick. See, you can still fit a skinny tag right there. And he's kind of perfect. Kind of perfect. So I hope you guys like these, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you tomorrow, I hope. Okay? God bless you all. I love you. Bye.